Good morning. It's really early in the morning, and well, uh, like we always make these videos early in the morning, it still looks kind of like dark outside, and so it's probably about 6 o'clock, a little bit after, and we wanted to uh, make this short video um, to talk to you a little bit about when I was poisoned with the pastry. Something occurred. You see that I'm not so nasal anymore, and it was just a few days ago. Well, before I ate that cheese pastry, I had received something from Word on High. Word on High is different from the thunderings, but it's something that God has revealed to you from heaven above. So it's still from God, uh, uh, and it's called Word on High. I was told from Word on High, or received from Word on High, that when I got ready to eat my pastries, to pour my oil over the pastries. It's an oil that I use. Actually, it's olive oil. And so I poured my oil over the pastries, and then I ate the pastries. And we heard things like she should have, you know, like when people saying really bad things like, you know, she should be dead. Why isn't she dead? You know, and then I told everybody that I poured oil over the pastries, and and that's how they realized that perhaps what I was saying was actually real. There's something in the Tanakh and Torah about Elijah. And Elijah and everyone with him made a stew. The stew was poison. But God told Elijah to gather up something and put it inside the stew. Thus it neutralized the poison of the stew. And they were able to eat the stew. I know why God asked me to pour the oil over the pastries. It's for the same reason. It's to teach people that only our God is God alone. And also I was able to bring up, it's understanding. Also I was able to bring up the example of Elijah and the stew in our Tanakh and Torah. And so I was able to eat the pastries and then able to explain to you that it actually was a poison. And how other times all the bad people tried to hurt us all and take our things, kept giving me colds with some kind of poison. Do you see what I'm saying? They did that all the time. And with that poison card I told you about, that some American diplomat gave to me in the month of May in 2009, and I was really, really quite sick. And then something miraculous happened, and I was able to not uh, uh, succumb really badly to the poison card, because they had planned with that poison card. It was actually quite worse than what the threat they gave, because the woman that picked up the card after me as a cleaning woman in the airport, and they gave it to me in an airport. They said she was really sick, and I was much better because of something miraculous and um, uh, miracle-wise that happened to keep me from being really, really sick from that poison card. And so I just wanted to tell you those things. Um, and the other times when they tried to do things to me. But with that poison card, they had planned to, it was a threat when I was a young girl, a kid. They had planned to poison me with a poison card and then get me back to America and poison me to death. They tried it with that card the month of May in 2009. I think on that Saturday it was going to be May 10th. So they might have given me that card on a poison card on a Thursday. Had to be when their offices were still open. I was in the Russian part of our home. Um, Odessa. You see, when I was kidnapped, it was still Russia, and it's still Russia today. You see, with the new person that comes, and it was never a breakaway, and they helped me to remember a lot about what the bad people had tried to do to us all. Uh, when I was kidnapped, from the sting started in Odessa with all our police, our Israeli police, our Russian police, and our Turkish police, because we live in that part of Russia too. And we had a home, and so it originated from that part of our home. And 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 so we still have things. So thank God, we're blessed greatly. And it also was to tell you about the time when the American diplomat came here in this part of our home, and a place where I sit a lot. People have seen me. I sit there. They tried to they tried to push the scaffolding on me. She was going to retire soon, they said. Her next birthday should have been 60 years old, but it was before I was 10 years old. She tried to push the scaffolding on me, and they had to come in and see about me and everything. I wasn't hurt, but she was arrested. She was picked up, and they found out she was an American diplomat. She was trying to kill me because she didn't like us because we don't believe in that thing. We believe only in our God, who's God alone. And before she tried to push the scaffolding on me, she made a comment about the fact that, you know, that'll teach us not to believe in that thing that they believe in. You know, it's not our God that they believe in. You know, it tells them to do bad things to us and everything. It tells them to always try to say that we're bad and we're really good. You know, we're God's people. God says in our Tanakh, in our Torah, you know, we're the holy ones of the Most High, and our God is the Most High. Our God is God alone in heaven above. We even eat holy. Okay, we we try our best to do the right things. You know, you're supposed to eat right. You know, I made the video some time ago. You are what you eat. You know, and so that's true. You are what you eat. If you eat bad things, you're going to be bad. You know, you're not going to be healthy. You're not going to be correct, and you're not going. It's just. We'll talk to you about things like that later. You know, and so you know that people did bad things to us, trying to say that we're the bad ones and they're the good ones. Well, they're really quite bad. Okay, we're going to stop this video and continue with something else and try to make you another video about other things, spiritual. We just find it quite hard that people hard to understand. We just know that it's evil that tries to say that we're the bad, and that they, and try to do all kinds of things, try to try to make it, try to say that we're bad, and it's the and the evil tries to say that it's good, and the evil things are not good. You know, I was looking at a film that they tried to sabotage when we were younger. You know, when we were kids, and they were trying to say that some of the bad people that we haven't really mentioned that were with all those that try to hurt us and take our things because they're really quite wicked. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in our God, and they got caught trying to do all kinds of bad things, even eating the wrong things. Okay, you are what you eat, and so and trying to pass themselves off as real people and real people like us, but they weren't our people. They were only helping other bad people try to hurt us, all take our things. And so and actually we tried to make a film. That's what it was. And then they sabotaged the film, and we tried to salvage the film, you know, so it could be used anyway. But we saved that film so you can see later what the bad people actually tried to do to us. Try to say that we're the bad people and they're the good people, but we're the good people. We told you that we're the good people. I was thinking, I made a comment, and we were thinking the other day, you know, that people try to say that we're crazy and the bad people are not crazy, and they actually think that all that stuff that they did goes, you know, they go backwards to the way that it was, where they were doing all those bad things and nobody knew that it was them, you know, that it was really the really the evil thing with them and the evil thing with them, you know, and all the bad people trying to get away with doing bad things, and they're trying to say that the good people, all of us, were bad, but we're really the good people. So help me God, I swear. God knows that. Sometimes when people try to do things, and I just say, well, God said, you know, because God did say that we're the good people. We're the holiness of the Most High. Our ground is holy. And our God, who made everything over us, is holy. And He made us holy. Our God made me and my beloved husband, King Malcolm Shabtai Shabi, our beloved family, and all our beloved people, holy and good. And, you know, give us everlasting life. And the resurrection to come, and everybody, you know, that's good, gets everlasting life. All ours that were hurt, the resurrection, and they live forever, along with all of us, because we're the good people. and there's no more bad people. Everybody's happy. Our God promised us that, so we know. God said, and so I just found it kind of hard when I was thinking the other day how people can see all these evil people doing really, really bad things and trying to get away from saying this is correct, like same-sex marriages. How is that normal? And other bad things that people do. Like really, really evil, wicked. I'm tapping on this because it goes out and I can't see the film when I'm recording this for you. Um, really, really evil, wicked things is like the things you see. Like people make all these bad movies and all these and do all these bad things on TV, and people do all these bad things in the streets. You know, I was thinking that in Noah's day, they probably did a whole lot of things in public, and that's why God made the flood. You see, that's one way where you make things kosher. And we only eat kosher. Now, I have to make a comment about how they sabotaged the film of ours where we used to try to introduce you how to eat kosher. The bad people got the film and tried to do really bad things to it. First, we thought there was something wrong with them. They tried to put input, but we did the film the way we wanted to, and and it turned out to show that even though they sabotaged it, all the bad people that tried to hurt us all were really quite evil, and they were. It shows they tried to hurt us all and take our things. The grown-ups around us tried to help us with the film when we found out the film exposed, where it was like a lot of negative pictures and negative things, and so we tried to balance out the film, and they just said, and it's just like they did things, to our film, but we kept that film to show you, you are what you eat, and kosher is kosher. Our God tells us what to eat. Remember the tree of life in the Garden of Eden? You shall eat of everything but the tree of uh, of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, but God gave us the ability to be able to know now, because we have to know because of that first sin when they did those things and God kicked them out of the garden. We're the second Adam and Eve. Okay, my husband and I, and we're the second Noah and his wife. But to make a long story short, how everybody ate in the garden, it was kosher, even the animals. You know, um, everything was fruits and vegetables and things of trees. Just insane. So, and none of that meat that's not allowed, because then God gave us later, uh, it was until after the flood that you were allowed to eat meat. And then God gave laws on how to eat the meat, what kind of meat to eat. So we made a film, and the bad people tried to sabotage the film, try to make it look like it was wicked and evil. There's nothing that we prepared to dish, and we're interested in it. It's linked to other kosher foods. And so, aside to the kosher foods, but we wanted to show you that the bad people actually tried to sabotage the film, and we tried to fix the film. We wanted to show you that they were trying to say, and they were found to eat all kinds of bad things. They were found to be with all the bad people and everything too. Their input tried to, but they found the film and tried to, how you tried to alter it when nobody's looking, and like maybe light got to it or something, or they did something to the film, and so when it was being waiting to be processed and developed, or during the process of developing on purpose, it was really upsetting. But when to explain how and everybody with us how to eat. You are what you eat. Like eyes are the window to the soul. you know. And so kosher is proper, and fruits and vegetables are good. Everybody in the garden ate fruits and vegetables. Anyway, so back to um, the poisons. We just wanted to explain that to you, and to let you know why I'm not so nasal anymore. God asked me to do something. Word on high actually comes from God, our God, who's God alone. And I poured the olive oil over my cheese pastries, and then I ate. But I understood that it was going to neutralize whatever was wrong with the pastries. Like when Elisha made the stew and got them to gather up things so they could eat the stew, because the stew was